All right, so this is Danielle Martin, how we might start making STEAM cool in school.
Do you hit play?
Hit play when you're ready to go.
I'm never ready. This is a PC, I don't understand. Play from the beginning? All right, the other picture's not showing, but yes, hi, I'm Danielle Martin. I've been doing making and education for a long time, but what I'm gonna talk about today is a lot of people have been asking me the question like, wait, what, you're teaching? So this is the question I asked myself is, how do I make STEAM cooler? And that was a picture of me in junior high. These are my kids, but I used to do after school. So on the left is a tech team that I had in the early 2000s, and on the right is my tech team who called themselves the tech team completely out of nowhere, and those are my kids. I work in East Palo Alto at the Ravenswood district, which is in Bay Area, California, and they started some makerspaces in all the K through 8 that were drop-in, and I highlighted here, it says, the students have the freedom to have activities outside of classroom, but when they started the junior high, they made it an elective. So this is what the kids look like, their demographic makeup. The red is Latino. On the left is what East Palo Alto, and next to that is the rest of the county. That big blue is we are all the biggest Tongan in the population. But most people said, like, why middle school? Why is this a place you're trying to be cool? And I said, it's like circles of hell, right? And I said, why do I go to the easy places, right? And so, but I actually loved middle school. So this is the question I gave the kids on the first day. They said, what are your learning objectives, Ms. D? And this is it. How might we, I forgot the we, make, learn, design, using technology, build community, and have fun finishing projects, right? I tried to make it as simple as possible and as clear. So I'm like, these are the only rules, right? You have to be respectful, you have to share and help and know your tools and try again. And especially that last one, laugh. Because I said, pretty much, if it's not cool, no one's gonna do it, right? And I also am influenced, and I worked with the MIT Media Lab, and one of my mentors, Mitch Resnick, has this thing that came from Seymour Papert about hard fun. So we're always really trying to have fun, but challenging them to make it technical to learn new things. So when I first started, I was working with somebody else that had been teaching a year, and he said, we're gonna do Tinkercad first. And that was a fail. I Googled funny fail in Tinkercad but the fail for me is that I don't really understand 3D design and 3D printing. So if I didn't get it, it wasn't gonna be cool to the kids. And then my former teacher also, he made a bunch of video tutorials, including a 15-minute long one that taught them how to make a word art project to laser cut. That was pretty much a fail because no kid sits through a 15-minute long video. So I wrote it out in pieces for them. So for me, what I was really trying to think about is, I see this learning happening. This is what my classroom looks like with one of my co-teachers, Mr. Taylor. This is what it looks like, but a teacher comes in, an administrator comes in and says, where's the learning? So I started some formative assessments. I used a big education word. So every day I did a question of the day, like why is there alignment? Why is it important to design? The kids were like, Miss D, I hate the question of the day. So, okay, that is not the way to do it. But this is what it looks like in my classroom. That's Francisco, this is his laser cut, and that's him hugging the Glowforge, right? But this kid, when he started school, he spoke 0 English. And by the end of one trimester, he's making Glowforges. So one thing I started was really quick reflections and things like this, where actually we made a Google Doc template and we did some rapid prototyping of how to make glue gun stands. And I had them take pictures as they went along and reflect. So there's the learning, I documented it. The other way that I made it cool is I made it theirs. So we formed these tech teams, and the 2 girls you see right there, she's actually showing the superintendent back there how to make a word art sign. So I had them lead the room. And then thank you, Bobby, for setting this up, but also it's a hot mess in there all the time, right? And when I got the opportunity to use, those are Piper kits, I just gave them to them, and I did not give them a curriculum. I said, do it, let's make it fun, that's right. So I also tried to show them how to do sewing. So I made it a challenge. And my idea was that you wouldn't care about it. You just make a bunch of shapes and you show me that you know how 2 different kinds of stitches. But then suddenly I found googly eyes, and that's what happened. So there were these amazing moments of joy from some kids who had never expressed any joy in my class. And what's happening. And also during the sewing time, and I'm sad that I forgot this, I knew that sewing circles and making the space work for you. So we made the tables in a circle and people started sewing that way. So my big question is now actually I'm going to be leaving middle school and working in a high school, but this is still what I look like, right? That's my idol. That's what I look like when I met, when I saw him last, right? So I need you guys to tell me how to make STEM cool in the high school. So please hashtag making STEM cool. Give me some ideas. Thank you.